from the bridge that they gave me. Looks like some kind of hot chips. I don't know what kind of pizza this is. And Jello. But these places, their food distribution changes when I'm present. And you're fed things like this. So Essence from Dallas Behavioral said that she got me a bed. She's a social worker. She did it without my consent. I could not be a team or have any say-so on where I was going. Period. This is what they've done years. They made plans without me, plans for abuse. So they're forcing me into toxic environments that are corrupt and are taking bribes to mistreat me and enforce gang full of people doing strange things in my environments, stalking me, changing the whole protocol. See, at the bridge, they're saying that they're out of beds, but Essence says that she secured me one. Well, I ran into someone I knew, and he said that they told me they were out of beds, and he said, yeah, I got a bed. I've never gotten a bed from the bridge. Only thing they give me is a mat on the floor, even after months. Someone said from the city they secured me a bed. We got here, I never got it. So this person said, yeah, I got a bed. So then someone came out and then said, step. They made me leave when they got caught in line about having beds. He came after me and got a bed. I've never seen a bed, only mats. So I told them, police, I'm going through abuse. I've been going through, I don't know what this is. I guess that's supposed to be domestic violence with the police and the government. And then they put bipolar, manic, psychotic features to cover for it. And they terrorized me in the hospital. And I'll go through what they did. So they put the hospital on lockdown. I don't know what unit I was in first. They shut down the cafeteria. They shut down all these cars. I can see them all turning left, like a army full of cars. If someone were to review the camera footage, all these cars populated and then are speeding off, but they were waiting at this light to turn left. So they told me that I asked them, they denied cafeteria, courtyard. I like things like that. That's why AT&T has so much security. I like water. I like hanging out in environments like that. I like parks. So AT&T in Dallas has a ton of security ready for me whenever I go. So then they had mics in this particular atmosphere I was in. So they moved me. After I got comfortable, they moved me. And they moved me to an environment with no mics, just cameras. So it was a mayhem. The mayhem was so out of control, it scared other parties. These are staff, not me. But they're deliberately starting arguments and then blaming me for it, using their verbal assaults and abuse to as an alibi on all the madness and that was created, and they blame me for it. So what are the things that they started arguments about? And I put right here, I was slandered by staff by them saying I was psychotic. I was there to get help with trauma and abuse. That's why I admitted myself into the hospital. So how is it that I asked Sophia, if I admitted myself for trauma, I've been molested and raped, how can they tell me that I have psychosis? And repeatedly, I'm not able to get any kind of mental health treatment. They shut down the unit, all the activities stopped, all the groups stopped, and then when I repeatedly kept incriminating them, then finally they had some kind of like half groups that weren't really groups. And let me tell you about the groups. So these toxic people that block my path and behave weird that I'm in the hospital with, they would say in the middle of a group, if it was positive, they'd say I was molested by my brother. My brother had sex with me. I want you to know how they were all this traffic. So let me try to go to another location. Like areas that with no traffic will have gangs and of traffic in and out. What time is it? I think it's like 1 by the bridge. All this traffic, or on Corsicana Street. And then there's always someone standing by me. They'll use that as an alibi to keep me from staying here if I record it. So an argument was started because I asked what the medications, what they did was when I signed myself in at about 11:50, 8 p.m., I signed myself in. And then they had me sign some blank prescription medication forms. She had me sign 3. Blank, nothing on them. And she said she'd date them. It was really late. They held up the intake process to like 2 or 3. So I just signed them. I was tired. So then they pulled out. They said, you're supposed to be taking Risperdal and Depakote. I said, those are not good fits for me. Well, you signed right here. I said, I didn't sign that. She had me sign the blank sheet the day prior and added the medication and the doctor later. What kind of consequences is that for that? And it was ignored. So then they had me taking Risperdal, but I'm in the hospital on trauma and Depakote for mood. Okay. So I was mistreated by Sophia. She threatened a shot. They threatened the police. And they threatened seclusion because I wanted to know what these medications were for. I wanted a printout, but they refused to do that. They pretended like it was impossible. So then a worker came at me. Her name was Felicia. All these parties would not. They covered up their names. They would not give me their names, period. They made fun of the way I walked. And other parties laughed. They said, shut the F up. Multiple different staff members. They were on their phone, constantly playing music with profanity, standing next to me, doing it, sitting next to me, doing it. They cursed like sailors, saying that I need some DICK at work, and all kinds, asking where they can find weed to other patients staying there. Because for me, I don't want to be around things like this if I have a choice, but I don't. So then they would sit next to me and I would move to try to escape these toxic conversations and the relentless torment by these workers. So then they would move with me. So then I said, I don't understand why you keep moving with me. So they moved all the seats, forcing me to have to be in the seats by them and by these curious patients. You already asked that. I'm doing something, sir. There's so many interruptions all over the place. So immediately when I came in this bridge in line with the metal detectors, I was skipped by 2 people. Then I signed in. Then I was skipped again. They had called the person after me instead of me. Then she let me gather all my bags and my phones and then had me wait, she added some more paperwork that was not in the paperwork that I initially signed, and then had me sit down again after I gathered all my items at the bridge shelter. I told her about all the abuse. She said that she wasn't really a social worker. She only had her bachelor's. The social workers have a master's, and I could talk to them. I asked her for resources. She did not give them to me, and they did not give me resources at Dallas Behavioral. No paperwork, period. And like I said, I couldn't sit down and talk with the social worker. It was controlled, and they forced me into these controlled environments of abuse. I don't know what happened. They found my new ring. When there's been thefts that were too incriminating, they give them back. Well, I don't know. It could have been in my bag. I don't know. They found my ring. But I had some sensational brand new deodorant for women. It's missing. And I have gum. I have to see if the gum is in here. Brand new, big, huge thing of gum I just bought. But the deodorant is missing. And the only thing that I have is what PNS gave me, deodorant for men. So the shelter said at the hospital, they said you need to get your ASS in the shower and go see a dentist. This shelter staff, I think she claimed her name was Mid, I don't know, because they would not, I had to do my own enforcement and eavesdrop to figure out the names of these parties. All these cars are coming from all different directions. One almost hit another car. Right here by the bridge. The entrance, this is Corsicana, right? This is it's Corsicana. The time now is 1:57. So I tried to report all the misconduct to Sophia. Nobody would unhands their names. Doctors wouldn't want to unhands their names. I had to do my own, like I said, eavesdrop and find out their name. So this is my complaint. Very poor. Okay, it says that I was told to shut the F up by Felicia and Mitt. That's what I assume her name is. Almost all staff were deliberately starting arguments and degrading me. They would not let me have soap. Felicia got up out of her seat and scared the janitor. But he does this at PNS and multiple other locations. Like, this is someone that's not mentally stable. Why would you enlist locations to deprive someone of soap? Remember, I used to be OCD. But they do it. So they started arguments regarding soap. When I asked why the unit was on lockdown, And they started arguments when I asked where certain meds were used for, the Respirol and the Depakote. Police threatened shots and seclusion. They eventually gave me a shot when I was in line to get popcorn. No one else in line. So then multiple people, these stage patients, came and interrupted me getting popcorn. And they said they wanted popcorn, and I was skipped by 3 people. So then after that madness, after all this torment and abuse, she forced me to get Lay's. Now this is a pattern in multiple different environments, even at PNS. The people that gave the street food with well-balanced meals are now giving sandwiches and Lay's chips. It's a signal, it's a sign to let me know my abuser's controlling the environment. So she gave me the Lay's, slammed down the Lay's, and left. And by that time, I was infuriated, and I threw the Lay's on the ground. So then they concocted with all these schemes. They're waiting for any kind of response that you give them. It's deliberate. So they're doing all this torment and oppression so they can have something on you. So when I threw the chips down on the ground, they put me in seclusion and gave me a shot. So I said I want to sign myself out. I said, this is kidnapping, because I can sign myself out at any time. And they would not let me out. So when they realized that it was indeed kidnapping, they let me out. Then they had some kind of con that only the doctors can let you out when you're voluntarily. So in the past, what they do is they make my voluntary stays involuntary so they can control it. They can control my exit, they can escalate the abuse, they can steal from me and do all kind of other petty things with no accountability. These stays were used for torment. So they wanted to control my access to leave the abuse and enlist the state in enforcing medications on me that's problematic until I started uploading the chaos to my YouTube channel. So then they tried to scare me and saying if I go to my YouTube channel and slandering doctors, I said it's not slander. There's cameras here. There's evidence. So you trying to torment me and scare me into not reporting the repeated abuse I endure. These are lawsuits, and sometimes some of these things are criminal. Now there's someone singing loud for 7 years. She immediately stopped when I recorded. It says right here, within 24 hours of admissions, you will have a case manager. The case manager will discuss initial discharge planning. I never saw it. And then when I finally got one Essence, there was Samantha lied and said that she met with me with the case manager. That was a lie. I had saw a case manager. But when I met with Essence said she hadn't seen me before. So I said, Samantha, she said that she hasn't seen me. It was another case manager. I said, Essence, you just said my case manager is, I have a case manager and I met with her with you. If it's a new case manager, then that's not my case manager. But there's lightning flash cover up for these lies. So then right here, 72 hours, a licensed therapist. I did not get therapy. I got games and torment and abuse. Treatment planning. They did not discuss treatment planning with me. And they also scammed to keep me from the medication that I've been taking, Seroquel. I've lost weight without taking it, so I'm just not going to take it. All these scams, I'm not going to run across town here and there. All these places enlisted in it. Forget it. What is the point? These people have more power than me. They're enlisting people in my environments that stalk, torment, torture me year after year with no accountability. I don't have power. It's going to have to take someone that's more powerful than me to interrupt this insanity. I can't do it. I've tried. So it states here, aftercare appointments. I didn't get any of that. Safety planning, prescriptions, none of that I was given. This is a schedule. Goals group. There's interruptions on my page, on my phone, to keep me from recording. Okay, pop-ups coming up. Okay, so goals group, I never saw it. The journaling, they said they just give you a piece of paper and you do the goals on your own. Psycho education group, I did not see that. Courtyard, until they did not. Courtyard until I started incriminating people. Process group, I didn't see games or puzzles. I didn't see arts or crafts. Movie time, I don't know what that is. Group of the day, I don't know what that is. We didn't do that either. So then right here it says patient involvement in treatment plan. They did not include me in my treatment plan. It says yes, there was not, I put no. Decisions made without me. They put me on high blood pressure medication. I didn't feel like fighting them. I don't have high blood pressure. They did it before. So I just took it. I said, I wish someone does something. What if you want to go ahead and throw in insulin for diabetes? If you want to just throw that in, and nothing's repeatedly done. Decisions made without me. They also gave me this schedule. I don't know which one is true. At the first location, they kept getting caught in having the unit on lockdown. So the second location, they tore down the schedule. So I asked for a schedule. They said, I don't know if I have one. I said, well, I'm here for mental health treatment. And if you're hiding the schedule, that will impact my ability to get treatment here. And I have been deprived of mental health treatment for years in schemes. So then they furnished this, the second one that I just went over. That's the one that was furnished. But this is the first one that was furnished. Hygiene, medications. They tried to scam me for me to get a shower at 7 a.m. I'm more of an evening person, and I like to do my showers in the evening. And then I said, I don't know why I can't be treated like other people staying here and not use all the available shower times on the sheet. Why my shower has to be controlled. And then they went ahead and let me shower later on. But on here it says 5:30, 5 to 6. But since I wanted to get it done early, they didn't do it till like 7 or 8. They were late each time that I wanted to do the shower, which was in the evening. So then they scammed that I wouldn't shower. And then when they were supposed to do the showers at 5 or 6, my bag is moving. It didn't happen in schemes. So what is it? Do you want me to shower or do you not want me to shower? So this is the second schedule. School, I don't know what that is. Gym, I never saw it. The whole unit was on lockdown. And then they bullied and mistreated me when I asked them why the unit was on lockdown and why I repeatedly have to experience this. So then they slandered me and said that they were discharging me out because I was not following the program. I asked the doctor, out of all the medications on the planet, why did he have to prescribe me medications that are problematic, like they did in the past? And then the state picked it up and then forced me to take these problematic medications when there's all kind of medications. Well, they were trying to cover up for their felonies. They need an alibi that I'm mentally ill so they don't get the charges for all these felonies they've racked up for themselves. So that's why they wanted to enforce these medicines for psychosis, even though I'm admitting myself on something else, which are malpractice lawsuits. So then when I tried to schizoaffective disorder to cover up for the government's crimes, then they don't want me to have medications regarding it. They said, no, Ms. Patient doesn't want them. So they don't want me to have the Seroquel, and I'm not going to find them. They don't want me to have it. Fine. Yeah, MHMR doing the same thing. Okay. So this is a safety plan. I said continuing to be to what is the situations I'm vulnerable triggers, continuing to be targeted. So then I gave my YouTube channel. I told them to put my YouTube channel in the file. I said escalated slander and abuse by multiple parties. What makes the environment safe? Can't. I have no control. And the psychiatrist was Samantha that covered for all the crimes and lied. She claims her name was Samantha. That was my therapist that refused to give me therapy while I was at the hospital. The only thing that they did, they would fake sessions by asking me if I want to kill myself. Do you want to kill yourself? Do you want to kill anyone else? Have you thought about ways of killing yourself? How long have you thought about killing yourself? 10 different ways of saying, do you want to kill yourself? That's what they ask and then leave without any therapy at all. Sophia covered up her name. Felicia, that was a ringleader of the chaos. They, like I said, multiple parties told me to shut the F up, use profanity left and right like sailors. They watch movies at work loaded with profanity and toxic content. Just at work watching movies by me. Then there was this lady that was supposed to be a patient. She kept sitting by me saying that she was going to blow up someone's house, their car. She was going to kill someone. And she repeatedly kept sitting next to me on camera footage. She had glasses. So I said, ma'am, I'm trying to flee you. I'm deliberately trying to, and I told staff that. But they would repeatedly follow me with this nonsense. Another party stationed right next to me, standing right next to me. They have cameras here. So I made a mess here with this Ronnie the runny Jello. I think they do things like this deliberately. It's all over everything. So I would carry out the runny Jello, and then it'd get all over my items. I don't know you. You have came by here 3 times. You want the food? You can have it. Stalking's a crime, sir. Girl, you ain't doing nothing. I don't know you. What do you know? What do you know about me? So I found this because they didn't give me any of the information. They just shove it in my paperwork and schemes. So I don't know where it came from. So Friends of the Family, Organization for Help, Salvation Army Dallas. These are the locations: transitional housing, survivor support agencies. I have no clue where it came from. Homeless outreach, the bridge, all these distractions all over the place. So this is a money order that I got to pay my child support. They know because I was looking up the address and everything on my phone. So then I got put out. The other time when I started paying child support and giving my daughter money, when I got up put on my back on my feet, there were schemes to make me lose my job. So this is deliberate. I'm being framed. So when I got this and wanted to pay this massive amount of child support, I'm put out and blacklisted, and then my card doesn't work. So I'm forced to have to cash this and can't use it to save my own life, since all these schemes are repeatedly unaddressed. They know exactly what I was about to do with it, and it's deliberate schemes to frame me and show a different character than what I really am by an army full of people and accomplices. So at the hospital, I repeatedly kept saying, "What is your name?" They would not tell me, period. Even doctors, Dr. Abraham slandered me at the end. He said I wasn't taking my medication. I said, I am taking the Seroquel. Why would you want me to take problematic medication? He said, I'm discharging you because you're not in compliance. They had shut down the whole location. They had put the units on lockdown. So it's deliberate schemes to keep me from getting services. I said also, before he did this, I said, if you're refusing to give me mental health treatment at this mental hospital, can you give me to another location? Then that's when they discharged me to cover up for their crimes. So this is the food. I wasn't going to eat it anyway. I have no clue how long this upload will be with the crimes being committed with my devices.